I'm going to do a very quick watercolour sketch of this iris. We've got two buds and the flower that's open and the stem, and they're quite an interesting flower. You've got basically six petals, three of these, oh, sorry I can't get, there we go. Let me just rest it on the table. The three, you probably know them, three big ones that flop in, three smaller ones on the inside and three which curve out with the little stamens which are holding the pollen. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it, which way shall I have it? That way. So it's going to be sort of like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to think about, the head is going to be about there, the two buds about the same either side, but I'm going to just put in a bit of a stem, and I've got a bit of I'm using what's in this palette here, a bit of a greeny colour. Let's just have a, just to give me an idea. And then there's the bud there, comes down, and I'm going to join it differently obviously because it's going off the page, so we'll make it a thicker stem there, and we have this sort of sepal bit. No, it's like the bud shell, isn't it, that covers around it. Right, I've actually got a mauvey colour here. Not quite sure what make that is, but we will have a go at that. So I'm just going to put first one bud there and a bigger bud there, and I'm letting the paint do some of the work. Okay, drop more intense in the top, more intense in the top, rinse my brush off, and then going back to that greeny colour, could have let it just bleed into the stem. It's quite papery, these things, like tissue paper. Right, let's have a look at the big flower at the top. See if I can get that in nice and quickly. Sort of sketch you might do when you're just out having a picnic or something. I would recommend actually for a nice colour for this would probably be alizarin or a nice pink with ultramarine. I'm just using this because it's handy. And it's more about an idea, a demonstration, than about the colours. So already we've got the shape. You can tell straight away that that is an iris. Okay, hopefully. Let's rinse my brush off. Let's go for a little more of this green. I think it's an olive green. I just wanted to do this quickly and just get something up for you. So I've actually missed the shell bit here, so I'm going to come down, accentuate that green again, and again here just to make it a bit more vivid. And that is a sort of bit of a browny ochre colour. And it is sort of a bit crinkly and a bit sort of papery. It's what opens up to reveal the bud, reveal the flower. I want to keep the colours fairly light as well, so let's just run that out a bit. By that I mean just adding more water and letting it play a little bit. and we've got this little white fluffy bit here. There's actually a slight bit of yellow, and we can't really see it, but I'm just going to put it on because you'll often hear me talking about the person who's looking at it might want a bit more information. So if we just dot some yellow in there, that will help them. Then I'm going back to this. Now actually what I am going to do, I am going to grab, I've got something ready mixed here, so that'll do. I just want to zhuzh up that colour a bit. That's the technical term, zhuzhing up. It's a bit of a muddy violet, that. And they're very thin, papery sort of petals, so it's quite nice just to do some very thin layers. You see, I never like wasting paint. I had a student once, and she told me one day at the end of every lesson when she went home, she had a separate palette, she'd put it in the dishwasher. I was mortified. But anyway, each to your own. I wish I was that organised. That's rather lovely what's going on up there. I don't like this bit very much. Let's just... There we go, that's better. Oh, that's rather lovely. Yeah, rather like that. Now, let's just be a little bit more arty and just put a few little veins in, just to, you know, give people a bit more information. And you could change to a finer brush. So there you go, a fairly quick and easy iris. Just soften that green off. It's a bit more browny than that. When you do dab off with paper like this, do be careful you don't use the same bit again and put the paint back on in a horrible place. Okay. This is sort of, you can see that there's probably the mauvey violet colour mixed in with the green there. So let's just, that's better, just sort of soften that out a little bit. Don't like those. Surprising what you can do with a bit of water and a bit of this stuff. Okay, I think that'll do nicely for a little flower on Friday.